MYB podcast. You guys are watching this video, you're alive and blessed. Today's session is about mindset, the movement, and the motivation behind every trader trying to win. Today's episode is all about discipline, guys, self-awareness, and strategy. We're digging deep into a question that lots of traders, especially new ones, never wants to be honest about. Why you keep breaking your trading rule? And more importantly, how do you fix it? You know we gotta do, we gotta lock in. So our headline for the day, simple, we're gonna start off. Why you keep breaking your trading rules and how to fix it. Like I said in the second podcast, I believe, I told you guys, if you guys trade, if you're a trader, right, and you trade for a year now and you're still trading off emotions, that means trading is not for you. I would understand if you're disciplined for a year, you're staying consistent, you're working out, you're doing the side effects of trading, and you're still in a losing slash learning, then I would say keep going, because end of the day, you're on the right path because your money have no effect on the stock market. But if you're just trading off news of anything, it really is pointless, because there's no way it's no way you should be entering a trade at 8:35, even 8:40, even 8:45. You should at least enter the trade at least 10:30 to almost 11 o'clock. Why? Because at least by 10:30 you're gonna see the market make a fake breakout on the high side, retrace the demand zone, breakout structure. The chart look more clearer, more efficient, easier to analyze than just the first 8:30, 8:35, 8:45, 8:50. Those time is just, even though you guys scalping, no offense, that is straight gambling within those time. You can still be a scalper from 10:30 on to 3 o'clock, but anything before like 10:30, 9:30, because the market haven't given nothing you yet, because the market will open for the first 30 minutes. It might give you 3 red candlesticks or 3 green candlesticks. So it's no, but you should be even enter a trade off 3 candlestick. Why? Because like I said, your plan it didn't even come yet. Your plan didn't even get a chance to even get into fully effect. Because if you're trading 6 lines, you still have to wait for price to pull back to a line, then retest the line. If you're trading breakout structure, you still have to wait for price to breakout structure to pull back. If you're trading supply and demand, you still have to wait the price to touch a demand zone or a supply zone, then retrace. Anything you trade, any strategy you trade, you still have to wait for a breakout structure and a retest, and then an extra confirmation code is going to be, if you're going for the bull market, you're going to wait for a green candlestick to close, and the last 10 seconds, because each candlestick represents 5 minutes, depends what type of time frame you're using. If you're using the 5-minute time frame, every candlestick on that chart on TradingView reflect 5 minutes. If you're using 15-minute time frame, every candlestick reflect 15 minutes. If you're using 30 minutes, and it can go so on. A day time frame, normally how I normally do it for my time frames, I use the 1 day, because the higher time frame is king. A run on a trend on a higher time frame is a run on a lower time frame. So I use the day time frame. Then after the day, I look at the 15-minute. After the 15-minute, I look at the 5-minute. Other than that, you don't need no other time frame. Or if you guys want to, you can use the 1 minute. I use the 1 minute. That's why I can speak on it. The 1 minute is for it's good scalping, because you can be in and out. You could, because price on the 1 minute is gonna go to order block first before it goes to the 5 minutes. So whatever happened on a smaller time frame, it's gonna lead up to the larger time frame. But it all started with you having a well defined plan. You guys must identify the patterns, right? So let's call it like let's talk about it, right? You set your trading rules, right? Everyone set their trading rules. You said you wouldn't enter a trade before 10:30. To be honest with you, the time have you could never tell yourself I'm about to enter a trade 10:30 or 11:30. Why? Because the market don't respect you. That's just, the market do not respect you. You have to respect the market, because why? Your breakout structure, remember I told you guys in like 2 minutes ago, there's no rush to be in a trade before 10:30, but maybe that particular day a breakout structure happened, a pullback happened, all of this happened before 9:30, 9:15, before 9 o'clock. So in that situation, then you enter. But other than that, you can never set a time that you want to enter. But the only thing that really matters, you must have a plan. Because as long as you have a plan, nothing else really matters. You feel numb. Exactly, you feel numb to everything. You said you don't want no confirmation. You want to enter on a runner. Why you want to enter on a runner? Because you got FOMO, the greed, the fear of mixing a contract, a fear of missing out on Donald Trump pump bull market, a fear on Jerome Powell saying good morning and the stock market crash, a fear of Jerome Powell saying good afternoon and the stock market crash. You said no revenge trade, but guess what? You still end up taking revenge trade. The reason I say no revenge trade, your first particular trade for the day, if that trade is not a disciplined trade and you enter on an emotional trade, fine, you fucked up, but that's it. No more trading for the day. You done fuck your opportunity up. No more trading for the day until tomorrow. Because why are you rushing? I would maybe understand if the third or three trade, but then again, why are you taking so many trades? The market only have like two perfect setups. Like there's no other, there's no way you're taking 3 trades per day, because if you're waiting on a high quality setup and from 8:30 to 3, and that's time maybe one setup happened the entire day, but you jump into 3 trades thinking, oh, this was the jackpot of the setup, but in reality, that was really nothing. It was just an extra confirmation code. And as soon as you enter the market, the whole market went against you. Because why? A pullback was happening regardless. And the thing is, the crazy thing about that, guys, you know the pullback was going to happen. You know, you know everything about trading. That's why I'm just here to give you guys, not even teach you guys something, just give you guys a little memory focus, power boost, brain refresh. Because at the end of the day, everything I'm saying on all of these podcasts, from every episode going forward, you can be like, yep, I already know that. You already know that. But then you can also say, yep, I know exactly what Butter's saying, but I don't follow it. I know exactly what he's saying. I'm trying to overcome that. But end of the day, I keep breaking my rules. Why you keep breaking your rules? So here's the truth, right? You don't have a strategy issue. You have a self-control issue. I spoke about this yesterday in the previous podcast. I said the strategy is not the issue. The stock market is not the issue. Donald Trump is not the issue. The economy is not the issue. Obama being president not the issue. Joe Biden being president not the issue. Any president in the market is going to still make you a millionaire. It's going to still make you wealthy. But if you will stop you from becoming, look in the mirror, the person in the mirror is going to stop you from becoming a successful trader. Most people think breaking rules is just about lack of discipline. But let's get deeper than that, guys, right? I always gonna go a little bit more extra. It's a loop. You break your rules, like I said, you feel bad or frustrated. You said tomorrow I'll do better. Market open, you get triggered emotionally. You repeat the mistake over and over again. Like I said, if your first trade should be disciplined trade. After that one disciplined trade, close your computer off, take a break, meditate for 3 minutes, go in the dark. You're growing. Everything what you should do happen in the dark. No music, no light, everything fully dark. Meditate on the trade, journal the trade, and then focus for the next trade. Especially if it was a well-disciplined trade, you follow your plan, you follow your trade. Why did you plan? You write your structure of why did you plan. Why did you sell? You write your structure. Why did you sell? You keep repeating the same mistake over and over and over. It's like when God gives you a test, right? And you keep failing it, you just got to retake it. It's like from high school to when you guys was in school, when you guys have to repeat a class. I repeated a class before. When you guys have to repeat a whole grade, that's pretty much the stock market. And you feel and think about the stock market, right? In those two comparisons, as you staying back in the grade, because the teacher or whoever saying you was not smart enough to move on to the next grade. Same with the stock market. You may feel you're not smart enough, you're behind, but why? Who's stopping you? The teacher is not stopping you. The teacher is going to teach your class. So how come 80% of the class is passing, but you're the one failing? Same with the stock market. How is the 1% passing that you're seeing on social media, but you're not passing? Because the stock market, you have no enemy in the stock market. Every trader you come across, you're going to vibe with that person. You're not competing with a trader. You're competing with yourself on the market. And who control the market? The hedge funds, the big banks, the financial institution, the smart money, the liquidity, the expert who was doing this for like 10 years. But who really cares? All you have to do is stick to your plan. First, you have to have a plan. It's like when you play in a sports, how you guys know before the game, right? how the coach come in the locker room and he give you a piece of paper, and on the paper it have the starting five or this, or whatever the football team is, or any sport that have the roster and their personnel, they with their strong suit and their weakness. So when you go into the game, you know, cut this person off left, cut this person off right. He can shoot, he can dribble, he can do that. So you at least know what to do. Same with the stock market. You know, a bull market, bear market, consolidating, breakout structure, liquidity, order block, you know all of this criteria. So if you know all of this, why would you not do what you have to do in the game time? Same with the scouting report. If you don't follow the scouting report, what's going to happen? You're going to get subbed the game and you're going to sit on the bench. Vice versa with the stock market. If you don't follow your plan and control your risk management, you will have no capital left. So it's going to be the same thing. You're going to sit out the trade and be on the sideline watching the stock market move on with you or without you, right? The three core reasons you always break your rule. Let's break down why you keep breaking your rule. The reason one I always go with, you're emotionally attached to the outcome. You want to be right more than you want to follow your process. Your ego, listen to what I said, your ego cannot handle being wrong. So when the market pull back or fake out, you override your rule. Meaning, guys, one candlestick is green. Oh my God, what is happening? Price get close to your stop loss. Oh my God, I'm shit. My trading strategy is shit. It's not you, right? That's why the book is called The Cycle of Human Brainwash. Because you are not your mind. You are not your body. You are nothing. You just hear your first thought. That's not even you. The second thought is beginning to become you. And when you think about something, that is fully you. So let's say you're disciplined, you take your trade, everything is how it's supposed to be, right? So when it's time to come to press enter, you enter the trade, but that particular day, the stock market went against you, right? And it hits your stop loss before it went in the take profit. So you get emotional and be like, damn, I'm a worthless trader. No, because tomorrow, if this setup happen again, you must take the same setup again. And secondly, we can talk about what? You have no accountability system. You don't journal. No tracker, no reflection. If you're not revising your trade or writing them down or even making a video, because today I took a trade for SPY call. I made it. I take profit. I posted in Discord, so everyone in Discord green with me. So even if you guys don't want to journal, you guys could split your screen in half, go on quick play, screen record your screen, and talk to yourself as a third person, explaining in the trade to yourself. So all I have to do now is either when tonight comes around 9 o'clock, when it's time to review my trade, all I have to do is look at the video. While I'm looking at the video, I can see like exactly me buying the trade. And while I'm buying the trade, I can go also and journal in my book. Okay. And I'm listening to my self-talk again. Like I listen to my self-talk more than damn near anyone in the world. Right? Reason number 3 is what? You're trading too big. Your size way too much. You're over leveraging, fear and greed, shit ton of dopamine. You can't be logic when the money you're risking makes you emotional. The best way to do this, guys, it's gonna hurt you, but this is what you guys need to do. Instead of if you guys use Forex or option, for lot size, instead of using a shit ton of lot size on Forex, you can just use a 0-point lot size, a pip lot size, a smaller lot size. Even on TradingView, you can buy even on Robinhood, my fault, you can buy a contract for $20, $15, $10. Why? Because at the beginning of the journey, you want to consume and conserve your capital. You have to be greedy with your capital, right? You have to look at the stock market as a female, right? Liability, right? All they want to do is take from you, right? So you have to preserve your capital by being single. Preserve your capital by finding peace. Preserve your capital by doing whatever it takes to preserve your capital. Because at the end of the day, your little money do not matter. So the easy way to fix this, right? You buy a contract, especially if you're just for this is for the beginner traders or the advanced traders. But if you just starting out trading, buy contracts on Robinhood for under $20. Why? Because the money you're gonna risk is nothing compared to the wisdom you're gonna gain. Because as long as you risk $20 on Robinhood, you go in TradingView, and TradingView is the ultimate gold mine. Because trading view is where you do the technical analytic. So that's when you can draw up your chart. So let's hypothetically, you buy a contract for $10 on Robinhood. Bam, you buy a contract for $10 from Robinhood. You put your call in, you put your players in on trading view, breakout structure happen, enter here confirmation code, you put your TP to 630, you enter at 628, price hit your TP. So on trading view, you look at trading view, you be like, oh my god, price hit my TP, bam. So now you're going on Robinhood and you see, damn, I only make $6, but why? See what I'm saying? Why you so concerned on what you make? Because at the end of the day, in 3 months from now, instead of buying a contract for $30, you could buy a contract for $80, for $9, for $120, for $300, because your plan is going to be more dynamic. You're going to understand. You're going to be more confident. You will be more disciplined because now you understand the plan and trading view have more impact in your life than Robinhood and looking at the money itself. One important factor about the trading, guys, you got to look at trading, right? Trading is secondary. Trading is always secondary. The money will come. No matter what you do in life, the money will come. Like even if you're working for someone, don't even chase the money. But in 2025, you working for someone, even you work at a company, it's really disgraceful because you're really just working your ass off 5, 6, 10 years at the same particular company just to get a promotion. Just to work for someone who you don't even know, you might never even see your boss. You don't even know who you even, matter of fact, you might be working for me and you don't even know you're working for me. You just thinking you're working for someone, but you don't even know. But in reality, you let someone else control your capital every month. Like in that's one fascinating thing about trading. It's no cap. It's no market cap on how much you can make a day per trade, even though it's 1 to 2, even though it's what. It's endless capital you can make from trading, and losing/learning the trading is your risk management. If price break past the previous low, then it's time to sell. But before price breaks past the previous low, price will hit your TP first, because it's gonna hit your TP. But then it's gonna come down to you if you want to sell or not. Let me give you an example, right? I knew a trader who was solid. He knew the setup. He understands risk. He had solid rates, right? But anytime he upped his size, he broke rules like crazy. Because the more money you put into a trade, the more emotion you attach to the trade. Why? Because human beings have 3 fears. 1 fear is losing capital. 2 fear is losing a family member. 3 fear is going hungry. You remove that from a human being, like I believe I said it in the first podcast, your empire is completely destroyed. He exited the trade too early. He overtraded. He chased loss. Why? Because he is emotionally hijacked by the size. Small size equal clear mind. Big size equal chaos. The less money you trading with, it wouldn't affect you. That's why if you starting off, please, if you starting off, trade on a smaller capital. Why? Because the money do not matter. Trading view, well, Jesus matter first, then trading view matters second, because trading view is legitimately where you have to put up your long position, your short position, draw your TP, draw your stop loss, and that's where everything comes down to play. So let me give. So now I'm gonna give you the problem. Now it's time to give you the solution. Because who is me? That's one thing about me. I have the solution, no matter what it is. For some reason, God got me the solution to fix problem, to fix people problem. But then again, I'm not gonna fix your problem. Because why? You're a liability to me. You guys gonna profit more from being around me than I'm gonna profit from being around you. Because this journey of a trader, you don't need no one. You don't need no one but traders. Traders, real estate, hedge fund, it's just gonna branch out, but you really don't need no one in this journey, right? So how do we fix this? First, we create a rule visibility. Write down your top non-negotiable rules and put them somewhere visible. Screen, phone wallpaper, trading journal, make it impossible to ignore. The one thing I used to do on the computer, I write on a piece of paper the night before and I stamp and I paste the paper on my computer screen of my rules. For example, my rules right now is on my computer. It has 6 lines. This is the second folder. 6 lines. If a run don't happen, I'm not trading. If no pullback happen, I'm not trading. I wait for a pullback, then I trade. If price close below the previous low, then I'm good. Next candlestick must close red or green on a bull or bear market, then I enter the trade. So I have all of this, guys, right down on my screen, so I cannot miss it because I taped the picture onto my computer screen. Because matter of fact, anything you want to do is possible, because like I said, you could just record it and go watch it, but you have to do something and you have to make a change. Because if you're trading for so long and not seeing no results, it's not the video, guys, it's really you guys have to at least try it out, at least try something, stick to it for like a week, just give it 1 week of straight discipline. So in your journal, at least for 1 week, everything say discipline. Discipline plan, discipline buy, discipline plan, discipline buy. And you could still lose every trade for that particular week, but at least everything say discipline. It's nothing that you write down say emotional. The only thing that you can write down that say emotional, you're gonna be like, well, this was not that emotional trade, this was a discipline trade, this was the discipline buy, this was a discipline plan, I will take this trade again tomorrow, right? No trade before 9:45, but like I said, whatever the market gives you, you just have to adopt. You have to be like water and flow with it. No more than 2 trades per day. Yes, 2 trades should be the minimum. If you're a scalper, I would get it. But if you're waiting for that high probably sell up, it's only gonna take 1 or 2 trades to see the market. Because the market sometimes it just don't even move. Because sometimes the SPY and the QQQ will move $4, $3, but the market will drastically. But normally the SPY and QQQ on the average will give you a $2 move on a $1.50, unless Donald Trump or Jerome happen to go on TV and the market just, oh boy, quick advice. This was normally I did to always benefit when Jerome Powell always talk, because Donald Trump, he don't really have the effect on the market like that expect at Jerome Powell, right? So normally when Jerome Powell go on TV, no matter what plan you have, your plan don't matter. No matter what happened, it don't matter. So every time Jerome Powell about to go on TV, go on your options, buy a call for $30 and buy a put for $30. Because every time he stalls, the market will not consolidate. You will sacrifice $30 from one side, but your other side it will make back up that $30 you lost and more. Because every time, guys, if you guys are trader, you know what I'm saying. Every time he go on TV, the market is gonna make a fat ass at least 2 candlestick one way, and in that one way, it's gonna go up or down. But at least you buy both contracts, and that's the only time it's gonna be an emotional trade. Because with Jerome, wow, with Jerome is just life. So build a punishment reward system, right? If you break a rule, pay a consequence. $10 fine, 25 push-ups, no Netflix that night, no gas. If you follow all your rules for the week, reward yourself. Hit your blunt. You guys, if you guys trading, for the traders out there, this might, especially for the smokers, do not smoke before you trade. When you're trading, remember in the second video I say 5 things will make a profitable trader. The first one was clarity. Let's go back to clarity. I used to do it, so if you do it, it's fine, whatever you want to do. But never smoke weed to be creative. Never smoke weed to be more profound. Never smoke weed to do something, right? Never use weed for a reward, right? Accomplish everything first, then afterward smoke the weed. It may sound crazy at first, but why is you smoking weed to trade? Why are you smoking weed to go to the gym? I understand when you go, especially when you high, you go to the gym, you're in your own world, you're locked in. But are you really chasing the workout, or are you chasing the feeling of you being in your zone, of you being in your mind, of you analyzing everyone in the gym differently? Are you chasing that, or are you chasing the pump? Because when you do work out high, I must say though, that's one benefit of smoking though. When you do smoke weed and workout, you feel more entwined with your body. If you don't smoke and work out, you wouldn't get it. Especially you smoke a blunt and you hit a pre-workout, you're more entwined. But normally I used to do it, but I stop it. I just do it after. Because why? I don't want to rely on the weed for me to do something. This is what I said. I don't want to rely on the weed for me to do something. I want to rely on the weed after I accomplish something. Then I can just smoke a weed and just be like relaxed after that. Relax, be more mind free. Because why? The entire day is complete. I don't have to use the weed to do nothing. Nothing at all. So, we go back to trading now. I don't know how come I got into smoking weed, but maybe God wanted me to say that. So now, we're going to trade smaller. You won't fix your habit under pressure, right? Dial back to your size. Your brain doesn't go into fight or flight. You get more data and less emotional damage, right? Step 4 we're going to talk about is journal. Because I'm going to always mention journal probably in every podcast, because everything about trading, it always come back to journal. Because journal is like the review for a test. Listen what I said, journal is like the review for a test. The teacher gives you the review. Most of the questions come from the review. It's like trading. You have to look at your trading review from the previous day, the previous trade, to understand what you did right, understand what you need to learn, understand what you need to get better at, and tomorrow, just tweak it. Just tweak it a little. Maybe you don't have to tweak shit. Maybe you just got to tweak your mind. Not the trade, your mind. What triggered me? You got to answer this question. What triggered me to take this trade today? Leave that in the comment. Let me see why you got to take this trade. Why did I feel and what did I feel in this moment? The moment you press buy, I said this in the first podcast, the moment you press buy, you're not you no more. If instead of getting one thought per millisecond, you get 20 thought per millisecond. Everything changed the moment you press buy. What would I do differently next time? Even though eventually, right, patterns show themselves. At once you see a pattern, you control the reaction. Number 5, we're going to talk about practice, delay, execution. If you want to click the button for buy, first you need to have a recording of why you're buying, and it should be recording you why you're buying. So even though you guys want to press buy, record the screen and then press buy. Then you're going to look back at it the night or maybe an hour later and be like, damn, bro, this was a stupid ass trade. I was fearful. And you're listening to yourself talk to you. So you're going to explain the trade in the video, and while you're looking back at it, you're going to listen to yourself talk previously and be like, damn, dude, why you take the trade? This was a waste of trade. But at least now you learn from that particular video, and then you can move on for the next video. If after a minute the trade still makes you feel insecure, like, why is a trade making you feel insecure? If a trade make you feel insecure, that means you by itself was insecure. You're insecure of your mindset. You're insecure of your body. You're insecure of your heart. You're insecure of your soul. You grab a mask in the closet, and that's what you show the world. But in reality, you're in this journey alone. Here's the truth, right? Most quitters quit not because they can't learn a strategy, but because they can't afford their own habit. They keep breaking rules, blowing account, and blaming the market. You can blame the market. You can blame me. Okay, what you want me to cry? Shit, I don't cry a million times, which my emote. I don't have. That's one quick off topic. That's one thing that's so fascinating about a trader. No emotion, consistency, discipline. The benefit that comes with it. Oh, like my girlfriend, like my wife, the mother to my kids, she have to be a trader. If she's not a trader, I wouldn't even look your direction. Like, don't even text me. I wouldn't even bother you, because you're just not a trader. That's just it. You're not a trader. So if you're serious about being a full-time consistent trader, this is where the war is won. In your head. In your head. You, like Conor McGregor, what do you say? You believe it, you see it, you can feel it, you visualize it, the law of attraction. All of this shit is all fun and all because it all started in your head. It's your habit. The heat of the moment, right? You start small, you stay consistent, and you become elite. No matter what happened, guys, your mindset, your bag. Mindset, clarity, you have Jesus, you have your blood, you have a laptop, you have a phone, you're single. Why do you need anything else? Why do you need anything else? Because the amount of stress, the amount of devastation you're going to go through from just a trader, you're at peace with life. You're at peace, especially when you become a profitable trader. Because if you guys could go through this alone, in the dark, I can't explain you, because being a trader, you can't explain this to no one. You really can't. You just can't. The reason you can't explain this to no one, because you don't have to explain nothing to anyone. Because you're looking at this, first of all, why am I talking to you? Now you start questioning yourself, like, how the hell did I get here in this position? Why am I even here talking to you? Everything as your entire life, your mind changed as a trader. As a becoming a trader is like being baptized. You're just reborn, and it's no going back. The only go back in trading is you die, and on your deathbed you're gonna be like, damn, I shoulda, coulda, if the regrets kick in, because it's a famous quote: the pain of regret or the pain of discipline. With that being said, guys, mind your business.